Did you know? Just hours before the infamous 1929 stock market crash, a handful of America's most powerful bankers gathered in a secret meeting that would send shockwaves through Wall Street and change the course of financial history forever? Picture this. It's October 24th, 1929, a day that would later be known as Black Thursday. The stock market is in freefall, panic is spreading like wildfire, and outside the New York Stock Exchange, anxious crowds are gathering, desperate for answers, their faces etched with fear and uncertainty. But while chaos reigns on the streets, upstairs in a shadowy boardroom at 23 Wall Street, the titans of American finance are huddled together, plotting their next move. These weren't just everyday bankers. We're talking about the heads of Chase, Morgan, and National City Bank, men whose decisions shaped the country, whose influence reached into every corner of the American economy. Their names were whispered with awe and sometimes fear. In a desperate bid to restore confidence, they pooled their resources and poured millions of dollars into the market, hoping to calm the chaos and stop the bleeding before it was too late. For a brief, flickering moment, their plans seemed to work. Stocks steadied, the panic paused, and a fragile sense of hope returned to the trading floor. But it was just a band-aid on a bullet wound, a temporary fix for a much deeper problem. Behind those closed doors, these men weren't just fighting for Wall Street. They were fighting for their own empires, trying to protect their personal fortunes, their reputations, and the illusion that they were still in control of a system spiraling out of control. No cameras, no reporters, just whispered deals and handshakes in the smoke-filled room. Every decision was made in secrecy, far from the eyes of the public. The public left completely in the dark. Nobody outside those walls knew just how fragile the financial system really was, or how close the country was to disaster. The next week, the market collapsed anyway, wiping out fortunes overnight and triggering the Great Depression, a catastrophe that would haunt a generation. That secret meeting, meant to save the day, couldn't fix a market built on risky loans, wild speculation, and a house of cards ready to fall at the slightest breeze. Here's the kicker. What happened in that room became the blueprint for bailouts and backroom deals that still shape Wall Street today. The legacy of that night echoes in every financial crisis since. It's a powerful lesson in how just a few people, working behind the scenes, can steer the fate of millions, often without anyone realizing until it's too late. So, next time you hear about a financial crisis or a sudden market rescue, remember, sometimes the real action happens where the cameras can't see, and the most important decisions are made in rooms you'll never enter. If you want more untold stories from the world of finance, hit subscribe and join me for the next deep dive, because history has a way of repeating itself, especially on Wall Street.